Evening everyone, TMA Live, Sunday night. This is the Pidge and I'm joined by a very young man, Daniel Dean. Hello. Mr Beggars, evening sir, once again. And the math again, the myth, the man, the legend, Mr Deano.
Hello people, yes, I'm also known as the Mafia.
The Mafia, he is the math. Right guys, plenty to talk about. Fulham away this yesterday afternoon. A great win for the ladies this afternoon as well, so get your opinions through for them. We'll let you know more about Callie's event. I mean, a lot of you know already, but we'll give you some info on that. And also, hopefully, some non-league news as well, right near the end, and much, much more. Get ready your opinions, guys. Shout out your opinions. We'll get as much read on the show as possible. Right, on to Fulham first, okay? Right, let's, before this man starts, a young man.
Well, I feel like he does. Angry, disappointed, frustrated. God. First off was probably some of the best football I've seen. Watford playing donkeys. But not getting the second goal. We all know you've got to kill it off. It's like, oh, I was pulling my hair out watching it. God knows what it's like, being there. But God. Passing superb. Making the right decisions. The midfield was closer to the attacks, which didn't happen in the second half for me. I thought the midfield was too close to the defence because every time Deany seemed to win a header, it'd bounce and they'd get there. Yeah, Gray took his goal well, I must admit. That was a good goal. I was disappointed in Yamak's decision. He bottled that for me. I don't care what anyone says. He pulled out there. I don't know what he was thinking. You either go in fully or you don't go in at all. It's a shame because he was having a good game. I thought Gray and Deany were superb all game long. Gray was exceptional. Yeah. I thought Decore was good. Yeah, it's still a good point. Don't get me wrong. You and me were talking about Paul. Where they will be a big team. I think Fulham will stay up there. They got that big Miata, well, his name is up top, who is a nuisance. He is a big lump. I thought Cab's done a good job on him. I'm just gutted we didn't win. You got to give it to our ex-manager because he done that with Watford. When he saw something wrong, he changed it. He changed the formation. He done two subs straight away. And fair play to him. They got a point. And to be fair, they deserved it in the end. We didn't take our chances and we got what we deserved. A point and could have been a lot worse if it weren't for Ben's magnificent save onto the bar, which he did get a fingertip to. The penalty shout was close for me. I don't think he got the ball, but to be fair, I think Hughes already went over. I don't think Mawson got the ball though.
Hughes was going over anyway.
I think that was why he didn't get it, but I don't think Mawson got a touch. But to be honest, it wasn't a penalty.
No. Yeah,
just a very frustrating. If we keep playing like that and score, we're going to beat many teams for me.
I agree. I think the crucial thing is taking your chances, which Watford had plenty in the first half, which they didn't take. The one alarming thing for me watching Watford's defence with the goal they conceded was it was almost a carbon copy of the ones they conceded against United last week, where it comes across the 6-yard box, the defenders are all out of position, but Ben Foster stays static on his line. So somebody's got to attack the ball when it comes across the 6-yard box. And it's frustrating watching the same mistakes over and over again.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that has to be addressed for me moving forwards. Regards to taking your chances, if you don't take your chances, you run the risk of conceding. And if you don't learn from your mistakes when you do concede a goal, you are going to make those.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a tale of two halves. Brilliant first half. I think a lot, and to be fair, the only criticism I would have had with Gracia was the substitutions were too late. Fair play to fair play to Jukanovic, because we know Yoka. We all know. I mean, you know as more than most because out of us, because you went to most of the games during that era. That he can chop and change at a drop of a hat, but he's not satisfied about something. And Gracia, to be fair, has done it as well. But Yoka can chop and change, and that's probably a lot to do with the fact that. You know, we were poor second half, but he changed tactically. Fulham got it spot on in the second half, as well. Yeah, they did. I agree with him as well. That a lot of big teams. Okay, it doesn't negate the fact that we should have won, but a lot of big teams are going to go there, and I think 2 or 3 of them will lose. Yeah, especially a newly promoted side. You don't know exactly how they're going to play. I thought Sessegnon had a decent game. for them.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but yeah, I am not amused with yesterday's performance at all.
In terms of the first half, the one positive thing I would have taken as well is the fact that after having lost the previous week, the reaction from the Watford players, certainly in the first half, was a positive reaction. You know,
oh, definitely.
When you lose your first game, it's interesting to see how the team reacts the next game, and they did respond positively. So.
Well, that's what I said, Moobs, didn't I? Oh, I mean, we all said, to be fair, but that's what I said. We have to start well at Fulham to get any kind of result. It's just a shame we didn't. Once again, it was a flip side against United. You know, we played so well second half, we were poor first half. Flip side again, it's just it's just so frustrating because 90 minutes we would easily buried them.
Yeah, very frustrating, ladies and gentlemen. I can only describe that's how I feel still. Like I say, I agree with what the boys have been saying. We flew out the blocks. We, you know, it was great to see. Great attacking play. Got to give Andre credit. Andre Gray so much credit. Yesterday, his performance was simply amazing. The goal he got, that was fantastically taken. Opened his body up, smashes it bottom corner. Keeper just did not stand a chance of it. You know, I just think in that first half we should have gone and killed him off. We had chance after chance after chance after chance, and it just wasn't. For some reason, the ball just did not want to go over the line again. Mightily annoyed that it didn't, because I feel it's 2 points dropped. I really do feel it's 2 points dropped. But yeah, Jukanovic, half time, he done the master tactician, double sub, changed it up. You know, they come out all guns blazing at us, and I think Watford sort of took it for granted. They didn't think that was going to happen. It took a bit too long to react to it. Yeah, Alan, I know what you're saying, mate, but I'm just a little bit annoyed with how yesterday went. But you know, on the plus side, Capu, stormer, absolute stormer of a game, winning those midfield battles like I've not seen before. He was really giving it to Fulham centre mids. Yeah. Another one, the back two again, Cathcart and Kabasele. Well, we called for it last season, now we're getting it. Yeah. Those two simply are magnificent. I know the goal, say about the goal and everything, but, you know, I think Kabasele's reaction when the goal went in, angry was an understatement. You know, throughout, again, we've had a good, you know, we've started brilliantly. No one expected us to start it this well. You know, and I do like it. And the players are still putting in the performances. They're not letting up. You know, Deany could have had a couple yesterday if he'd had his shooting boots on.
His decision making was poor, mate.
A lot of their decision making was poor yesterday, especially in the second half. Jan Matt, I thought, did very well on the right. Yeah, he did. Getting up and down, putting the ball, actually swinging the ball in at the earliest of opportunities, because he suddenly saw people were queuing up. Right, let's ping the ball in, let's test them out. Because I've got to be honest, I know we were linked with Mawson and Chambers in the summer. But I'm actually glad we didn't sign either of them. Because looking at the way Mawson played yesterday, he looked terrible. Yeah, and he was hooked he was hooked off at half time. You know, for me, you know, I sort of said it to a couple of guys around me at the Fulham game. Did he just really put in a performance last season to put himself in the shop window because he sort of knew Swansea were going to go down? Yeah. Get himself, engineer himself a move. But yeah,
then we know it's in him. Then surely, if he played so well last season, engineering move, which you know most players do, in the principles of a right. But do you think, you know, we know that he's got it in his locker? I mean, out of Cathcart and Cabs at the moment, I still wouldn't have him. No. But I did say yesterday to you, to be fair, that I would love him at the Vic. He's still a very good defender, but at the moment, I wouldn't put him in front of the same with, like you said, with Valencia before we came on. I wouldn't have him at Watford. Now people think I'm crazy, but we've got Firmino and Navarro and Yamet. We haven't got enough room for him now. Mawson, last season I'd have him all day. Yeah, I'd have him all day now. But at the moment, Cabs and Cathcart are still solid. It's just a little. Exactly. It's built from the front. Do you think it's built? Sorry, go on, mate.
No, they just need a bit of fine tuning, and we'll be fine again. Yeah. I also like what Alan's saying as well. It's the most balanced side since we've had the Premier League. We've still got Cleverly, Shalibart and Delafeu going. There is some news on Delafeu coming because they have announced that he is going to restart full training this week for the first blinking time this season. But yeah, it was. I would have liked to have seen Shalabar yesterday, but he pretty much played his card. Garcia sort of played his cards before a ball had been kicked by saying he wasn't going to play any part against Fulham.
Do you agree with Watford Woody evening, Mr. Mick? Hughesy was not at his best yesterday. I think second half maybe. First half I thought he was really good.
First half he was fantastic. He was getting forward. He was running at Fulham's backline. Fulham's backline didn't know what to do with him, and I really do mean that. They were absolutely cacking it when he comes steaming through them. You know, some of those balls around the edge of the box, the little interchanges, trying to do the give and goes, trying to get in behind the last man. Fantastic. But yes, he started blowing in the second half, and he should have been hooked about 10 minutes before he did go off. Same with Pereira. Started off brilliantly. Brilliant runs down the wing. As always, cutting in, looking for those balls. Some of his touches again. Jesus Christ, I just do not know how he does it. You know, for me, I would have had Pereira off 10 minutes earlier than what he went off at.
I agree with you on
that. That was the only criticism. That was the only criticism I had of Gracian. We already said this, that the substitutions were too late. Apart from that, I think a lot of the second half, like I said before, was down to Jukanovic's tactics.
It was a bit, and we didn't adapt to it quick enough. We didn't switch on and think, oh, hang on.
First half, if we only carried on what we did first half, we were brilliant first half. Let's get a positive as well. I mean, you're quite rightly, we have to dig out not the negatives. We have to criticise this thing. This is what we do. We've got to criticise what was going wrong, but. Do you think that if we spend 90 minutes, we just play another 90 minutes of what we did first half? Second half against United, first half against Fulham, there'll be teams we get better. We'll get better teams. Going forward, we're brilliant. We're really good going forward.
We will carve teams up. There is no question about that. And the fact that also we've got to remember that we've still got those boys to come back in. That's going to make that engine room clog even more.
Definitely.
And for us, for us to have this availability is brilliant. It's what we've been crying out for. But yeah, we do need to just do a 90-minute performance. It just
but Moobs, for me, what I saw of that second half, our midfield was too close to the defence.
Yeah, we dropped back too much. When we were winning
the headers, first half we were there. Second half bounce.
Depends how they think. If you're too deep, it will invite the pressure on. If they push them up, because look at our midfield, how good they are when we press teams.
I think we are brilliant, and I think after about 15 minutes, the boys actually realised that they needed to come back up 5 yards. And that's when we started winning it back. That's when Capu woke up and suddenly went right, bang, bang, smashing into him. So I'm getting this ball, you ain't getting that ball. And it was what I was really loving to see. And I've also got to give Capu some credit for that pass he did in the first half. An absolute bullet point pass to Will Hughes. We all thought he'd put it in Rosette, and then we just saw Hughes bring it down. One of the biggest cheers I've seen in an away game was that, because all the Watford fans were applauding it.
And also fair play to you and everyone else who actually went to the game yesterday. Fantastic atmosphere, guys. Big credit. The 12th man was there, loud and proud as always. Well done. That's another thing as well, guys. Hold your head up high, guys, because that was absolutely brilliant. I know Aidan said the drum was there as well.
Yes, we did have the drum there. I was actually, I think it might have been Aidan himself. I think he posted afterwards. Can we please have the drum at more away games? I agree. That drum really did help us get going. There was a beat to it. All the fans knew what song to sing. Credit to the 1881 boys. Because they. They kept everyone going for 90 minutes, even when we conceded. Literally, as soon as that ball hit the back of the net, we started singing again to let the boys know, come on, we want these 3 points. Bring it home.
Yeah, too right, mate. I mean, Alan's saying, to think how strong we are, and people were moaning about the lack of transfer activity in the summer. It's very exciting to think that what we can do with all our options available. It's frightening. I completely agree, Alan. It's absolutely frightening. We get everyone fit. I know it's a big if. It's scary. We are definitely we are the Burnley of last season.
Yeah, it's definitely. And the thing is, the fitness of the whole squad, it is going to happen, because we know those boys are coming. Those injured boys are on the way back. How much? The one thing I'm going to throw this out actually to everyone, to all you guys listening. Who who here thinks that if Shalabar puts in another 90 on Wednesday at against Tottenham, how much longer is it before he has to have a first team start?
I'll throw that out on it. I'll type it as well, mate. Yeah,
because I think now he's had game time. He played for the under 23 stroke reserve team. Got 90 minutes under his belt, which was good. But how much longer can he persevere? I know that means you've got to drop one of the two at the minute.
I know I'm dropping Ian Capoue at the moment. It's another midfielder.
Exactly.
It's not Hughes either.
The Correct.
No, it's Pereira. I wasn't happy with him second half. I watched him defensively. He's near enough walking back.
Yeah, I think he ran out of steam again.
I think it needs these players to come up and give him a bit of a kick up the backside again. I think we badly need it.
Bigley has got a very good anecdote you shared with us before we came on. It's about the Foster thing. You from a fresh face looking from the outside, you might have picked this up actually, but go on.
Well, both for the United game and yesterday, the ball, as a goalkeeper, the ball comes across your 6-yard box. The 6-yard box as a goalkeeper is yours. You dominate that. Whether it's screaming at defenders, attack the ball, or get out my way, I'm coming for it, or just moving across and claiming it. But for the 2 United goals last week and yesterday, he was static on his line when the ball comes across that 6-yard box. Now, all right, the defenders in front of him were also culpable, but he was mute as well. Now, that would concern me in that he's made the same mistake as he had the previous week. He needs to start dominating that 6-yard box more. For me, the goal which I watched, obviously as a United fan, I was pleased to see Lukaku put it away, but he should never have got to that ball. He almost bundled it over the line. All Ben Foster needed to do was move a few steps out, and it's a simple catch. It was at a catchable, it's a very comfortable catchable height. And yesterday, again, it was at a decent height. If he come out of his line, didn't need to punch it. It's a catchable ball. Yeah. So he needs to start. There needs to be a bit more talking at the back between Foster and the defenders in front, that somebody, when a cross comes into that 6-yard box, somebody attacks the ball and gets it away.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was a bit of breakdown in communication yesterday because Foster come charging out to try and catch it, and Cathcart just jumped up and went bang and nutted it. And he looked round and he was like, "I was coming for that." He goes, "I didn't hear you."
No, it's fair enough.
And he actually what he goes, and Cathcart saying with the ear, he goes, "I didn't hear you shout," which is why I reacted.
He needs to start talking to the defenders. That's the problem. Is he's not talking at the moment. The goalkeeper last year for Watford, you would see him screaming on the television, at the defenders. And so Foster, for me, needs to do a bit more talking.
Exactly.
There needs to be a bit more communication.
Yeah, no, that's spot on. That's the only way you would think. It's not being negative. You're looking at it, especially from a fresh point.
Exactly.
What can get better from what already Foster is? Because Foster's quality, but he needs. There is always a little chink, isn't there?
But if you just tighten up at the back, like I said, there were lots of positives yesterday. Like I said earlier, the fact that they reacted positively after the United defeat for me was a big thing. All right, they ran out of steam in the second half, but if they keep up the energy they showed in the first half and take that into other games and that commitment, other days you'll be putting those chances away. You'll be out of sight.
Exactly.
You look at the next after Arsenal. You look at the 4 games, the 3 or 4 games after that. We can easily get 9 to 12 points out of it.
Indeed.
Honestly, I still think we can nick something on Arsenal because they're in transition.
I believe it.
I think what's the score today with them?
They won 2-0.
Oh, they won in the end.
They're a better side than they were before they got to the Man City Chelsea games. Okay, I know they're the top 2 sides. They're very good. They're going strong, but they're a better side now. But I still think we can nick at least a point out of them.
I think they're still
we have to
dodgy
frighten
at the
them.
back.
We've proved that we do beat them once a season.
Exactly.
So this could be. I reckon this could be our one a season. This away
could
one.
Could be.
Moobs, talking about Shalabar, obviously we got Spurs Wednesday. Would he get a run out?
Well,
He's going to get half or something.
This is what I mean. Gracia played his cards too early because he announced that Shalabar was going to only play on Wednesday, which sort of narks me a little bit because he could have chucked him on for 20 minutes against Fulham. That wouldn't have hurt him.
No, that's true.
To give him 20 minutes against Fulham, and then give him the 90 against Tottenham.
I think if you look at it now, if he plays the full 90 against Spurs at MK Dons, and then he comes on against Arsenal, plays a blinder, then it's worked.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then then there is a lot of truth behind your statement.
Yeah,
you know,
because I just feel, I love Garcia, but I just want him, the injured players want to get back on. They want the game time to get their fitness up and running. I just want, I just want to see him back playing. That's all.
He's probably a bit worried as what's happened to us before, and he's probably being a bit not too cautious, but a bit more. I've done this before. Do I rush him in or?
Yeah,
we obviously want him back. I want him, Defoe, and all of them back. But
I think he's sort of saying, look, we've got the players at the minute. No one's injured. We haven't got to take a gamble. So there is that aspect.
It's a long season as well.
Still, and like I say, Defoe is going to. It's rumoured he's going to start full training this week.
Brilliant.
So hopefully we will get him back on the pitch pretty soon, because I feel we're doing.
Yeah, but when do you think we'll see him? That probably won't be till Christmas. In all honesty,
Well, one of the things Ferguson used to do, and it was great to see him back yesterday at Old Trafford with his players, was he would use the squad, but he would say to a player at a certain point in the season, if he wasn't using them, I've got these games coming up, say in a month or two's time. I'm resting you for these games. I want you ready for these, and that's again is what you do.
Good man management. That could work now. It's not a manager's thing. It could even be a head coach thing now. It's very good.
Yeah, I think the thing with Deulofeu as well is I think it's all, he's been doing the light training for a good few weeks.
Oh, okay.
So he's obviously going to get the green. He's obviously been told green light. Now go back and integrate yourself. So you'll probably get some like what Shalabar did under 23s match.
Yeah,
a couple of them, and then chuck him back on the bench for something. But we will have to wait and see. My voice is going again.
But I agree with it. He's very frustrating. I'll agree with that all day long. It's the thing. It's a double-edged sword. We want him back, and it's very frustrating, which is completely right. But like I said, we said before, the last two seasons we've learnt our lesson. Let's not rush these guys, because if we get them back, if they say okay, yeah, it's fine, and he picks up another injury, because we know what Deulofeu was like at Everton.
Yeah,
he'll have 5 brilliant games, lose a bit of form, get injured.
You said this when we got him, didn't you? You said exactly the same.
5 games, like I said, people slaughter me, but all the times I went up to see Everton when I was up north with the father-in-law, we saw this with Deulofeu. Great for 5 games, gets an injury, loss of form, comes back, has another couple of great games, has an injury, loss of form.
Yeah.
The thing is, now that the overall team is generally stronger, the squad is stronger than it has been in the past, there is perhaps not the need to rush the players back quite so quickly. I'd rather than it would be better to take the time and ease them back in so they don't pick up the injuries, use the squad, and that's what will help Watford throughout the season. It's as the famous saying goes, it's a marathon, not a sprint season.
Why have him just for 2 games for the sake of it when we could have him for 20?
Yeah, exactly.
After Christmas, he could be now. If we look at it now and say, right, he cleverly writing off. Not say we would Deulofeu and Cleverly until say December.
Yeah.
Just for argument's sake.
Yeah.
I don't think it necessarily will be. Right. But then we rest them until December, and then we've got December all the way through May. They don't pick up one single injury, great as it would sound, and they play great for that period.
Yeah.
Then it looked like it's good. It's just managing them, cotton wool, and then just it's hard, isn't it? Because we can talk about this every week.
Exactly.
He's almost back. Oh, is he going to be risked? It's like Shalabar before he came back. So, is he going to be risked? Is he going to come on? And it's like just managing is really the key. If we do it properly, it will work out for the better.
I would go to Shalabar, right? You're having half against Spurs. We'll see how you are.
I think
only a half.
I think he's been given the nod. He's going to get the 90.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're gonna. That's why they're holding him back.
It'll be a test, won't it? Spurs might play their strongest team, but it'd be goodish.
Yeah, well, he played the full. The thing was, he played the full 90 against Reading. Well, actually, no, 87, 88 minutes.
Pretty much. When you round it off to 90, pretty much the full game, wasn't it? Really.
So there's.
For Shalabar, it was an eye opener, and the thing is that Tottenham will be a good test. Because they will still play a strong side, and it'll be good. And it's like having Tyson Fury last fight. It wasn't the greatest of opponent, but he got the rounds in. It's a similar sort of ethos. Yeah, but what I mean, it's the same sort of ethos where he got the rounds in and he worked hard. Same with Shalabar. It may not be Man City away at the Etihad with the full side out, but he'll still get his minutes. the same sort of thing. He's still getting that fitness. Same sort of ethos.
And also with Spurs, with this squad and with the manager, there's now a bit more pressure on them that they actually need to now go and win a trophy, because they've been talking about this potentially world-class squad for so long. It hasn't won anything yet. It needs to start winning something. They probably won't win the league.
They
so
won't win
something
the league.
like a League Cup is...
the pressure.
No, I'll tell you what, they definitely won't win the
easier to
Champions League. They're more chance to win the Premier League than the Champions League, purely because every club has had a good transfer window, very good transfer window, has won the league before it. Man City, Chelsea.
Yeah.
It was before that. It was Chelsea, Man City.
Chelsea and Man
Look
City.
at Liverpool. As much as I hate them,
That's
Liverpool have one
superb,
hell of a transfer window, and look how good they're going.
So
Yeah,
the league,
delusional twattery.
They're definitely still twattery, definitely. Yeah.
so the League Cup is a chance for a team like Spurs really to go for a trophy. So I think they will put out a strong squad against Watford.
Yeah.
It's good
I
for
still
us,
think
isn't it?
that Alan was
But it's
saying
good
that
for
I
Watford,
think we'll
yeah.
beat
Yeah,
Arsenal.
like
The
so,
fact is, they're sensible, they will go for the Europa League. Arsenal would throw all their eggs in one basket and go for the Europa League, because that's the only chance of getting Champions League. I don't think they'll get Champions League.
He's
this
good
year.
in
No,
that.
no,
isn't
they're
he,
not.
Dave?
He's got the best win rate of any manager in that,
Yeah, definitely.
or
Go
head
for that.
coach as well.
Yeah, go for that. Yeah.
So that's why I think we'll beat Arsenal, and it'll be a pitch predictor.
Yeah.
That's how we're getting the Champions
I
League.
think it'll be a pitch predictor for Tottenham. I think we're 2-2-1s. What do you think will win the next two?
By the way, I just want to say a quick hello to Les. It was honestly, it was lovely to meet you yesterday before the game at the pub. Sort of like I was half asleep and not paying attention. So,
Even Les,
Les, it was an absolute honour to meet you, mate. Like, thanks for tuning in tonight. I do like the comments as well that he's coming in. Yeah, the reason why he's not fit enough for Watford is because he come back from this is Shalabar, by the way. He came back from that training camp with the England boys before they went to the World Cup, and he actually said he felt something in his knee again, so they had to wrap him up in cotton wool.
You found it was
And
a
this
kneecap, and then just was off you go, mate.
Exactly. It was one of them. Hence the reason why they've had to hold him back for so long.
Just take your time.
Yeah, take your time. Nice and easy.
Oh, I love
Fire
Shadowbay.
away.
He'd been the sort of player we needed for that game just to calm it down, because I can't speak enough of him. I think he's going to be a world-class player. I love Shadowbay. His calmness, his relaxation of the boys.
As much people who hate
Just
Richarlison,
brilliant player.
him and Chalabar have got potential to be world-class players.
Exactly. He has.
You know.
He does have that potential. We've just got to
Definitely.
keep him fit
Yeah,
and
that's
pray
right.
that injury doesn't come back again.
That's what's got to hold him back, and that's what held Delafeu back for so long, his injuries. That he was at potential to be a very top Barcelona
And
player. But he just got too many injuries, didn't he?
And the fact that we've got the Spanish doctor on as well. On board still.
Manuel's on board.
Yeah, Manuel's on board. He hasn't been to see Basel 40 yet.
Makes a change from our last medical team then, that's Sir Les.
Yeah, it does. I think that needed to happen as well with the medical team. They had to be shipped out because they just weren't doing the job properly.
What, like making players recover from injuries? Sort of
exactly.
little tidbits like that. So
Taking about three.
That's what we do, mate.
Taking about 3 months for them to recover when it should have only been 6 weeks. Even I've almost recovered from my quad muscle injury quicker than last season's injury
Hulk
list.
Hogan over there.
Yeah, exactly. So there is lots of positives. There's more positives to come this season.
More positives, even.
Positives. Yeah, and also just going back on yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I loved all the fans yesterday for the constant singing. Also, I think we had a total of about 3,500 down there.
Yeah, brilliant.
4,500 going to MK Dons, isn't it?
Almost. I think we
Well,
still
the
had about 1,600 tickets available.
Yeah,
on
but
Friday.
close. It's getting
Yeah.
close to that, isn't it? It's pretty bloody impressive. Well done.
So, just like I said, I can't praise the fans enough yesterday. We were so vocal. I think after 20 minutes, I'd almost lost my voice. That's how crazy it was.
Very crazy. Crazy, in fact. Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there slowly.
Alan is convinced we're going to beat Arsenal. Alan, mate,
Yeah,
actually,
I
so
could be
am I,
with
mate.
you, yeah.
Because you look at it, also, Alan, this is for you, mate. You look at the next few fixtures, especially the next 3 after, it's one hell of a run we could get on. Potentially we can get on as well,
Yeah.
mate. So well done. Yeah,
Was
definitely.
it Bournemouth, Newcastle, and someone else, something like that, isn't it?
We've got Huddersfield coming up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's in it as
I mean,
well. It's in them
Winnable.
three. Yeah.
So I'll just
Yeah.
say winnable.
Liverpool's the fifth one on in it. So.
Yeah, when we played the deluded twatteries,
Yeah.
that would
I'm
be
looking forward to that one.
the crowning glory. Then we go in December the 8th to Goodison and beat them
Yes.
as well, and they get
Yeah.
and then
You
Silver
come
gets
in.
sacked.
Come on, Moobs.
We will
Come on.
squander a ticket. This is like illegal on the
Come on,
market. Now. We can actually get a
don't.
ticket for us.
It all depends on my work.
I will let you
That's
know.
on them,
Anyway.
be sick.
Right, guys, get onto you.
Not that
Call
time.
yourself a fan.
Yeah, guys, get
Stop
onto
it.
guys, get onto YouTube. Paul Muzzy on YouTube. All his vlogs, including yesterday's game. He does ladies football. He does non-league. He does Watford. He does many other games as well. So get onto Paul Muzzy on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, Google Ashby St Eve, our official shirt supplier. Ashby St Eve, Google, Jim Cook. Big shout out to Jim Cook once again, as always, for the logos and the t-shirts. Special range of t-shirts at Ashby St Eve, including the Alec Chamberlain, brand new Alec Chamberlain #1 Legends t-shirt, and also might I greatly say the Craig Ramage one.
No,
Thank
he's
you.
done it.
Yeah,
Damn. Went 2 shows without
Yeah.
it.
Damn it!
2 shows. Didn't
God
get the
damn
Yeah,
average.
the official Pidge Magician t-shirt. He is on there. Alakazam Ramage is on the Ashby St Eve boys.
God.
So get onto Ashby St Eve. Google
that.
Ashby St Eve.
Get that pillow now.
Get the pillow now. Yes, magician.
Yes.
Right.
No.
But like I said once again, guys, get onto Ashby St Eve. If you've got mates who support other teams, have got other teams' shirts there as well, gifts, souvenirs, and everything in between with those boys as well. Right, the Barnes and Kelly event. It's at the Mercury Hotel in Watford, 2nd of November. It's a Friday night, 7 o'clock start. All the £30 tickets, like we said last week, are sold out. So well done, whoever's bought a ticket for the £30 ones. You still get a fantastic night out. There is other benefits if you go up to any higher with the £65 one, which is a gold ticket with the meal. So you get a nice little bit of meal as well. £85 VIP ticket, meal and photo with the boys. And also you get the top range one, which is the £150 one, 115, which is the 30-minute meet and greet with Kelly and Barnes before the event. Also take some selfies as well. If you're cheeky, you can go in there and pay the lesser one and quickly sneak in anyway, but they might catch you. And get your items signed as well. So you've got 3 more price brackets. It's still whatever you think. Even if you get the £30 one, it's a great night out, guys, at the Mercury Hotel, Friday, 2nd of November, to meet Barnes and Kelly, and obviously the night of them giving their antidotes on what was it like basically working for Taylor and Watford.
Yeah.
You know, all their
You're playing
all
in
the
that
members.
era.
Yeah, DJ Kelly in the house. That's all I can say about Kelly. So that's a shout out to big
Fantastic.
DJ Kelly. So
Fantastic. I like that. I like that a lot.
yeah, that's
Spin those decks.
I like it a lot.
Desert Island disc.
Well, a pleasure to be a Watford fan. Kind of loud away from home. Yeah, he's a little bit
yeah.
loud.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a tad loud. You know.
Yes.
Not too loud, but quite loud.
Quite loud.
Beggars. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he's played the same squad against Spurs as what he did against Reading? You think he's going to
Yes,
give them
I
a
think,
chance?
yes, I think
Because they
those
were
boys.
good. They are a good squad.
Those boys will all come back in. I think it's been made clear. Give a load of them from Saturday the night off. Don't need to risk them.
No, why bother? That team's
you know,
very good.
I think Ben Wilmot will slide back in. I think we'll see Prodel come back in.
Young West
Only
Ham lad who's superb.
Or
Queen.
Yeah,
Queen,
Queen.
how do you pronounce it?
God, if he does another belter like that, Jesus Christ, we're going to be jumping around like there's no tomorrow.
We wanted him to play for the first team.
That'd be a good test, though, wouldn't it?
That's-
Against Spurs, like I
that's
said,
the
if he
thing.
plays
Still
well, you could bring
still
him
have a
in.
decent side. It's still
Oh yeah, we
impressed with that
will send a decent side out. Gomez will go in goal. Messina will go in at left back. Hollybass will get the night off. Talking the nights off, he needs one after yesterday.
all the big players for Tottenham and Loriente.
Yeah, I think
Loriente
with
will
Spurs will chop and change. I think
Slightly, I think there'll be at least 9 changes from that side.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm trying to think who we might see. I think for Tottenham, you'd see someone like Harry Winks playing. Harry Kane might start.
Dembele.
Dembele could play. So I would predict Son to play because he hasn't long come back.
Here comes the Son.
Yeah, he hasn't long got back from international duty with South Korea.
Yeah.
So he's short of match fitness like for the Premier League.
Bourne will definitely play.
Or they might actually play the other goalkeeper. the guy that was on the bench. According to a lot of my Tottenham friends, they actually want to see him in the team more than they do Vorm, because they believe that they see the potential in this other goalie than they do Vorm. They think Vorm's off at the end of the season.
He hasn't got lifts, so Lloris is driving him.
No.
Sorry, God, that's out the way now. Right, carry on.
Yes, I think, and also when you look at their defensive lineup, I think maybe Toby Alderweireld will play. I think you could see Kieran Trippier and Ben Davis. I was going to say it's not going to be many changes for Spurs, but there will be tweaks in the team.
Yeah.
But they will look at going out and getting the job done early. So if any of the first team are on that pitch, get 3 of them so that you can take 3 of them off.
Yeah.
And give some of the others a run. But saying that, last season they tried it and they played West Ham and it backfired. And West Ham turned it around because he made the wrong subs.
Yeah.
So we will see what he does. We'll find out on Wednesday when the team sheets.
Whatever squad we have is going to be powerful, especially if you put Chalobah in there and all. Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Maybe another squad you can put in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's basically the 11 that for Watford on Wednesday are going to probably be the 11 that started the Reading game.
Yeah.
And I very much doubt that's going to.
There's no risks taken then, and all of them get a game.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
I tell you what, Arsenal's main weakness is Czech. He cannot play from the back. That's why Leno is very frustrated because they brought in Leno to actually play from the back, but he's already told him, Czech's got the Premier League. This is what Leno's come out with. Czech's Premier League and he's Europa League.
Yeah.
Until Czech finish. But I think that's their weak spot.
Yeah, we got to put pressure
I think
on that.
I think that's wrong of them to do that. They spend all that money on a new goalkeeper and he's told you're only going to play in the Europa League. I think I personally think they've gone about that the wrong way, and I think that could come back and haunt them.
Well, Seren is hi from Victoria. I don't know who Victoria is, but he's saying hi from her anyway. So.
Hello, Victoria.
Has he got?
Hello, Victoria.
Hang on a minute. Has he got Posh Spice with him?
Yeah, but if you want to be his lover, you've got to get with his friends.
Could be a 2 become 1. I said, stop right now.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh man, what I've gone weeks without getting one of them.
Viva forever. Right.
Red card.
Right. Next time. Right. Let's stop this. Stop this tomfoolery with the Spice Girls. But I don't think Deanie will play. This is what Mick says.
There's no way they're going to play him.
It's going to be at least 3 weeks if he does rest it. But apparently he's been playing with the injury for a few weeks now. A couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But he aggravated him more. Tell you what, fair play to Fusu Mensah for tweeting him and apologising, and Deanie having the gentlemanly thing to say, good battle, mate. No harm done. No harm done, but you know what I mean.
No hard feelings. But unfortunately, that tackle was a straight red card.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, again, I'm actually
going to gentlemanly thing about you don't see that often.
Yeah, just gonna jump back to this from yesterday, because yet again, this is twice now we've had Martin Atkinson, and twice he's bottle jobbed it. Yesterday should have been a red card for Fosu Mensah, and last season at home to Tottenham, he bottle jobbed it in the last couple of minutes when Eric Dyer handballed it at the Vic when it finished 1-1.
That's why I said Tottenham fans. I said this is justice from last season when they were going, oh, we should have had this, should have had this. Yeah. Well, we should have had a penalty last season because we were actually one of the games we did actually go to, and bloody hell, we were right at the top of Rookery. Even we saw that.
Everyone could see it across the whole stadium.
Stevie Wonder could have been the ref and still give the penalty.
Yeah.
You know,
the only thing
with
Atkinson
very superstitious, but you know,
they showed it on Sky. His only defence, it was red, is when that tackle's just come in, a player's just come in front of the ref there at the right time. In the
blocked him.
That's the only defence. What is the red card?
Yeah. The red card.
You could see it just as it's come in. The player's just got in front of the ref there, and he hadn't seen the studs. It is a red card, 100%. But that's my only defence. I don't like Atkinson, but that's my only defence of the ref on that one.
Yeah, I was going to say there was uproar. I'm going to be honest. After that challenge, I'm surprised there wasn't a 22-man punch-up.
Yeah,
Deanie done well to control himself.
I think I would have thought him and Hollybass would have been the instigators.
Last season.
Last season, I think that would have been a.
Deanie as a model captain.
Yeah,
definitely back to that model captain sort of thing, which is fair play to him. And like I said, once again, you don't see that much now. The straight away said, look, sorry for the tackle. Regardless, we know it was a red, but it wasn't given. So, and he said, fair play. And, good on him.
Yeah.
Deanie, in old-fashioned football, said, look, good battle. No hard feelings. Let's go again.
Of course. But the other thing though with Atkinson, and this is where he sort of gets exposed, because I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I understand what Les is saying as well.
Yeah.
But if he can't see it, what was the lino doing?
Yeah, no, my old man.
Because the lino is there. The challenge is there.
Yeah, no,
it's right in his eyes. He has to see it.
I think some people called us up about that as well. Said he must have tweaked and said, hang on, come on, have a look at that.
Yeah, fourth official can see it from where he's standing. Yeah. Garcia's seen it. He was up in arms.
That's the problem these days with the loss of the fourth officials, though. Unlike the old days when they used to be called the linesmen, where they actually would flag for decisions. These days, because of video technology, they tend to want the kind of bottled things.
Yeah, no, you're right, mate. You're absolutely right. But surely that way, why aren't they called assistant refs then? Why are they called assistant refs when they can't do it?
It's a good question because they can't assist.
You're right though, because they would have flagged it. He's absolutely spot on.
He's looking directly at the play. He sees him go flying in, bang. See ya, I've got ya. Well, I'm sorry, mate, but Fosu Mensah, you got out of jail in a big way. Because if you'd have walked, we'd have walked all over you. Because they would have crumbled with 10 men.
The way we were playing first off, we should have done anyway. I thought we were brilliant first
I know,
off,
but it would be even more
obvious.
It would have been even more obvious.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm still dismayed that he was allowed to stay on the pitch for that challenge. Dismayed, it probably is an understatement, actually. But you simply cannot do that in this day and age.
No.
I even started I tried to start a chant after that saying,
we love you, Watford, we do? Or...
No, about Fosu Mensah. I said, that's why Mourinho sent you out. Yeah, effing. Right.
Oh, you're so colourful with your language. Right, okay. Well done to the ladies. 6-2 this afternoon against the Gills.
Yeah, what a win.
Higgins, O'Leary, Baker, Akerman, Ward and Bell. So Mr. Kiff as well as shouted that out as well, mate. So Paul, well done, mate. Good shout out.
And here's one stat about the ladies' game today. They were 1-0 down at half time.
Cool.
1-0 down at half time and win 6-2 in the second and win 6-2. Fantastic.
Duran,
well done, ladies. I unfortunately, guys, I couldn't get down there today. I was
Jesus.
I was held up in elsewhere.
No excuse.
Stop it.
Can't make Everton away.
Honestly, it was. What's that? Duran let the game.
Duran.
Oh, Duran. Lovely.
I would have. Go on.
Yeah, I would love to have gone, but guys, don't forget with the ladies' game, please check out watfordfc.com. For all the fixtures for the ladies. Get down to Kings Langley, that's where they play their home games. Kick-offs are normally 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, so if you've got nothing to do on a Sunday afternoon, pop down there and go and watch them, cheer them on. You've got the bar open up there from Kings Langley. You've also got a burger van that's there, selling tea and coffee, hot food. This time of year now it's going to be even more needed. So honestly, go and watch the ladies. They really do appreciate the support they get. They're not, they don't get the 21,000 that Watford get all the time.
They're making the steps. They're getting better. With your help, guys. Honestly, like Noob said, please do. Half price for season ticket holders.
Yeah, I need to actually, Paul. Can you just cut? Paul Kitt's on. Paul, can you just clarify what the price stuff is? Because I know it's £6 for adults, £3 for children, and I think £1 for concessions. But I was under the impression if you showed your season ticket, you got in for half price. But Paul, if you're watching, can you just clarify it? Because I'm a little bit confused at the minute. Because Seren says one thing, and then I get.
He's busy calling from Victoria.
Yeah, I know he is.
But he's actually corrected that. Excuses. Hi from Donna in Victoria, in London.
So Donna and Victoria.
So he's in Donna. Bloody hell, what kind of thing is he having there? So he's in Victoria, and he's in London, and he's
Oh,
from
he's
Dollar.
in a lot of people.
Jesus Christ, mate! Could you send me the live link to
You're
that?
having a good
That's
time,
interesting.
Soren, I know.
I'm surprised he's not in Victoria Coach Station. Hey!
Twitter, Watford Ladies, and Facebook and Instagram, apparently. Well done,
Yes,
Mr.
yes.
Kiff. Well done.
Follow them all on that.
Nick saying, all depends, this is going back to the Fulham game, all depends on what the ref has asked him to call. As the ref can tell him that wave for corners, frowns, where they frown at them, and goal kicks, and nothing else. Yeah,
That's ridiculous. It's professional.
That's
ridiculous.
stupid.
It's not Sunday League.
Yeah.
That's what Sunday League ref tell us.
Yeah, that's what we get told at Sunday League level.
That's pathetic.
They said Crouch was a Sunday League ref at one stage as well for one game, wasn't he? So we can't really base that a bit. He knows as well.
Lionel should give everything. They see a foul, they give it.
Exactly. In the second half yesterday, the Lino doing Fulham's back line was flagging for every single thing. And yet when that challenge happened, oh no, I'm keeping my flag down, I'm not getting involved. I'm sorry, but you've got to get involved. It's a disgrace.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It must be disgraceful. Your voice has gone up.
Yeah, my voice has gone up. That's how annoyed I am.
You want to save that for the end of the show.
Yeah, I was even going to get on the pitch and go and take the flag off.
That's the cherry on top of the cake. He's annoyed now. You wait until he starts begging for more people.
You know, there are assistants at the end of the day. If it's right in front of your eyes, you flag it and tell the referee.
The linesman had the perfect view. He could have just sent the earpiece. You've got to send him off.
Yeah.
It's a red card. Or come over here for a conversation.
Well, let's get to the chopper. I mean,
get to the chopper, you know.
No, but also last aside, at least communicate with your line and say, what did you see? Because if he was like
Exactly.
you said, he's come across there, what did you see? Was there anything untoward that I didn't see?
From the view I had at my seat yesterday, I must have been about 7-8 rows from the front. Yeah. I had the perfect view. I could see the whole challenge.
Yeah.
So the Lino's there. He's got to see it.
Yeah,
well, Kenneth's had a good point. Ken, evening, sir. Thank you very much for watching, mate. I agree with the ref couldn't see the extent of the tackle, but he saw enough to see it was a bookable offence. That's where he needed to help. He needs the help of the assistant ref or the official. Mind you, Jay. I couldn't read all of that. Sorry.
Mind you, just imagine the grief he would get from the bench. At the end of the day, if he gets grief from the bench, then the bench is going to get sent to the stands. Because at the end of the day, it was a straight red card. So, you know, I know they're saying about they're going to bring VAR in. Well, if we had VAR yesterday, he'd have had to have sent him off. Because he would have gone and looked at that and gone, oh crap.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll leave that one for another day.
Well, I think VAR is going to come to the Premier League soon because there's so much bloody money involved in this.
Yeah, they've got it.
Winning, even staying up, the money's involved in it. That could save someone. 1 point, one decision, it could save a small club.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's going to have to come in. It's going to have to.
Yeah.
Right, okay, well, let's get on to, well, obviously keep sending your opinions about the Fulham game, so we'll keep on reading and we'll keep on discussing them. We will mainly go on about Wednesday night at MK Dons against Spurs in the Carabao Cup, and also we've got Arsenal at next weekend as well, so get your predictions through as well. Just remember 2-1 Pidge predictor.
3-1 Moobs predictor.
If it's a draw, Deano.
Deano.
Free kick wall.
Yeah, goal.
Free kick wall, goal. Right, guys, just remember we're sponsored by Sweets for All, Unit 5, New Watford Market. Get down to Lord Sereno Care and Morpheus for all your sweet needs. So, as there's some we made earlier. And here's a packet. There we go as well. He's back to front, but you've got the idea. Get down Sweets for All. He's on Facebook as well, so message Seren for all your sweet needs as well, because you can order them in.
Yeah, and also Seren has a Facebook page for Sweets for All as well. So
get on a Facebook. He's on Facebook.
It's all and now Instagram as well. So if you've got Instagram, follow it on there as well.
He does lots of selfies, so please. If you ask him, he will order the sweets in as well. He's that good, and free local delivery as well. If you spend £5, I believe you get £2 off as well. There's a new promotion.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we've got the flyers. Trust me, guys. Also, we're in association with WD18, the Watford Fans Channel. Like, share, and subscribe to get the latest post-match fan views, fan reviews, news, online podcasts from the boys, Jacob, Robin, and the lads as well on YouTube, and much more. So WD18 YouTube, like, share, and subscribe, guys. So right, we talked a little bit already about Spurs and the Arsenal games.
I was going to say there's just one more thing about Watford ladies, which might want to make you lot get down there a bit more.
after today's win, the ladies are now top of the table.
5 on the bounce, 5 wins on the bounce.
5 wins,
as well.
that's 4 league wins, 1 cup win.
Yeah, 5 wins on the bounce.
But 5 wins on the bounce. But there are teams around them that have got like 1 or 2 games in hand, so that could all change. But for the minute, the girls are top of the table, so that is another reason why you should go and watch them as well.
Right, predictions, guys, for Wednesday. And who do you think out of Tottenham will play and worry us more? Including Arsenal. We'll go Arsenal as well. We'll do it any order.
Okay, I'll go Spurs. I think it's going to be it'd be tougher than what Reading was. That is a fact.
Pretty much nailed on that, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's pretty much nailed on. I believe it's going to be close. I'm probably gonna go your prediction of 2-1. I think it will be a very hard fought game. I think the players that are going to cause us problems from the Tottenham perspective, I touched on them earlier. I think if we see the likes of Kieran Trippier get a game, which I think he might have to, you could have Ben Davies or even Danny Rose playing against you in their midfield. They've got options left, right, and centre. I think we'll see Eric Lamela play against us. He's been on the bench quite a bit recently.
Dembele, Llorente as well.
Yeah, Llorente will start. Yeah. That's for certain, because he's gonna, that's where Proda will come in, because he will be man marking him.
It'll be a good battle. That
will be a great battle, I think. And I think for us, like we said, we touched on it earlier. It'd be the same team that played against Reading, with Firmino going. Thank you, Twitter.
And scoring.
Yeah, that's my Twitter account. I think Firmino will play. He'll play right back. I think Messina will go to left. I would like to see that youngster we got from West Ham again. I think we will, especially if he can bang another.
Yeah, it's a good test for him, isn't it, against the Premier League team?
And Success will go up front. Ideally, I don't want him to go up front on his own.
Well, it's a Kaka fit here.
Well, he did come on against Reading for about 15-20 minutes, so it could be an opportunity. There could be a window of opportunity for him to come back in.
Another 2 up front.
Yeah, another 2 up front.
I think Success, they may rest him because I reckon if Deeney's not playing, he'll be up front with Gray. It'll be Success and Gray, I reckon.
Yeah, it could be. Gray could get another run.
Stay with the 2 up front. Stay with the 2 up front.
It's either that, or you'd have to bring a Kaka back in, or try and push someone out of midfield and say, you know what, go up alongside him for an hour.
Or even play Pereira behind him. Play Pereira behind Gray, or play him as a 2 thing, or even have just put.
My worry with that would be though, who's going to win the ball in the air like Deeney has.
Yeah, I think
that'd be my worry.
To be honest, we haven't got any other option if he's not playing, so we've got to change it slightly.
I think my personal opinion is we won't see Pereira at all on Wednesday. I do not think he's going to.
No, I mean for
Arsenal.
When you look at Arsenal,
Success and Gray for Arsenal.
I'd go with that. Success is
probably
quite
if we can't have Troy available.
Yeah, I'm looking at not being negative in terms of Troy. I'm looking at the fact that he's done his toes, and they may give him a rest. In that case, then I would have him there, or like say, have Pereira as an orthodox striker playing just behind Gray. As a 2, when they're bombing forward, he acts as a striker. He just fills in midfield when we do need him, when we defend him.
Yeah, because that could happen. It could cause a reshuffle. With that, because then you've got to try and bring someone in to go on the left. You've got to fill that void.
Sema.
Yeah, Ken Sema. He could get a nod. I'd expect him also to get a nod against Tottenham.
Yeah, definitely.
Can he play up front? Can you use him as a thing? He's more of a winger though, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's a winger. I think he's one of these wingers. You play him in a 4. He plays the left mid. If you play something like a 4-3-3,
he plays as a forward but not a striker.
He's the left of the 3 strikers.
So he's more of a forward, not a striker.
Yeah, forward stroke winger.
Yeah,
I think that's what you have to look at with Sema.
Mr. Mix put 2-1 to Spurs. It could happen.
Yeah, I agree with that one, Mick. Yeah, I'd say 2-1 to Spurs. I have to say, just think that'd be a bit too much. Not a lot, just a little mistake.
We get something at Arsenal. I'd say take that. I don't like saying that word, but I would take that out of the two. If someone said now, I know it's not real life. Someone said, if Beggars came up to me and said, right, you're going to lose Tottenham, but you'll get at least a draw at Arsenal. I'll take it. To be honest, I'd love to win both. I want to win both.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, how do you think we're going to do in the next two games?
I agree with Dino in terms of the score for the Spurs game. I think Spurs will just have. I think it will be close, as Moobs said, but I think Spurs will just edge it. But I do have a feeling that Watford will get something at Arsenal. I think against Arsenal.
What do you reckon, goal prediction wise?
Throw
it out there.
2 each.
You mean 2-2? A good game.
What's that? Spurs?
Arsenal.
What do you reckon, Spurs? We can resolve
2-1.
The 2-1 as well. You're going for the Mick.
Yeah.
The Mick predictor. The Mick predictor. Just no.
Yeah.
That's the prediction. Just no.
I like what Ken's put here. He's just he's named a potential 11 for Wednesday night. I actually forgot about Navarro. Good shout, Kenneth. Good shout, I think, because that's where the reshuffle would come on Wednesday, because you can play Kiko as the right midfielder and drop like he did against Reading and drop Navarro back to right back.
You could put him instead of put Pereira instead of Deeney if we had to, and then put was it Firmino in and keep Yamat on the right. Put Firmino where Pereira was. Because he can cut in, he's quick enough. He could play on right and left wing.
Yeah, he could do, but then you've got overlap with Holibas. That's the problem.
Yeah,
it could work.
It could work. I mean,
it certainly could.
Alan's got a good point. I mean, sorry, Dean. I know you wanted to talk. Alan's got a good point. They outnumber Arsenal midfield. Arsenal pushed the fullbacks on, which is ideal for Pereira and Hughes. Didn't you see the bully Arsenal centre back? Sorry, mate. Go on.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say with Pereira up top, he ain't strong enough. I'd rather play Success and Gray.
Arsenal, that's my first choice.
Arsenal don't like being bullied, and they're not that strong. Success. I'd still play Pereira in midfield.
It's another option.
Have a bully boy up there.
I think it'd be more beneficial to play Success and Gray because it's more of a muscle.
Arsenal don't
not
like
the muscles from Brussels, but you know, that's all joking. But it's the muscles there, and then keep Pereira where
exactly.
There wasn't nothing really wrong with what we did on Saturday. To be fair, it was just Jukanovic's tactics worked a treat, and we put our foot off the gas. But the first half, I kept banging on about second half against Man United, first half against Fulham, brilliant, superb. We carry that on against Arsenal, we'll beat them.
Yes.
Especially against United, especially that performance against United second half. You know, that sort of intensity against Arsenal will frighten the life out of them. And I think we could be 2-0 up. I think it could be if we play like if we play like that, it'd be like the Arsenal game we beat them 2-1 over the Mazzari. We went 2-0 up really quickly. If we get at him and get it checked very quickly, and pressure him when he tries to run the ball out, because their back line's not thing. Their midfield's half decent now. To be fair, people slag on. Their midfield's good. Their defence and goalkeeper shaky. That's where where our success lies with Isaac and Gray.
Yeah,
he's getting at Austin. They're both pacey as well, and they will hate that.
Yeah, they won't like it. They won't like them running at them.
Yeah.
It's their counter-attacking football, though. If we give the ball away like we did against Fulham in the second half, it's going to have 4-on-2 before you know it.
But Emery,
strong, but the weak at the back still.
Yeah, exactly. And Emery works his teams at Paris and all the other teams on counter-attacking football. Wait for the right moment, boom, goal. Exactly. That's how he always operates, no matter what team he's got. And Arsenal do exactly the same. They've won. I think they've won every game since the first two.
Yeah,
and they're half decent side. I think. Like I said to you, I'd rather have played them around Man City time.
They were still finding their feet.
Then now, it will still be harder. I still think we can beat them. I still agree with Alan. I still think we can beat them. But like I say, we go at them with the same intensity. I could see us Pidge predictor or even 3-1.
But they do
need predictor.
The Pidge predictor. No, the Moobs predictor. Could even be the Moobs predictor. I'm still going with the Pidge one.
But Watford will need to tighten up at the back. In order to do that. I mean, like I say, going for the reason I went for 2 each because they're both strong going forwards. They're both Watford are at their best when they're attacking, as they proved against Fulham in the first half, and the same with Arsenal. But if Watford are to beat Arsenal, they've got to sort the centre of the defence and the goalkeeper out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, you're right. Yeah.
But your bit you came out with about the organisation.
Yeah.
One thing
If they sort that out, then
Foster, how good has Foster been? Really, apart from that little Achilles heel, he's been brilliant.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, been phenomenal. We've been phenomenal from the start.
Oh, we can't complain, can we? No. It's a great start. We were just like Paul said, we're
out of 18.
Yeah, God, we would have took that
out
at
the first 18
easy.
game. Out of the first 18.
Someone said we beat Spurs, we win the first 4. You know, we get a draw at Fulham, but be it what we've looked at. But if we said that before the season, we get a point at Fulham, I would go, cool, that's not bad. Because
we would. Yeah.
I still think Fulham would be safe.
Exactly.
In that, it's given the whole season, like I say, teams will go there and lose. The Arsenals and possibly, offence to you, mate, the Man Uniteds could possibly go there and lose. You know, they're a good side.
Right, then yeah.
Yeah, if they're not up for it, you will lose at that place. And Huddersfield proved teams go there and you've got a battle, especially the newly promoted teams. So, you know, it might, in the cold light of day, could look like a good point eventually, even though we know from, I mean, especially yourself, who, you know, was there, that we should have got more. We beat Arsenal, it's probably a good point. We beat Arsenal now, looking at 2 away games, you've got 4 points out of 2 away games. You look a better point.
We'll probably have games where we go away and don't deserve to win and we'll win. You know, that's football.
Yeah,
probably play bad and have a goal. They like robbery.
Nick saying bully the back line with Deany in success, or Denny. We'll put Denny on as well. Denny in success. Deany in success.
Yeah, but I think the way, Woody, I agree. I like what you're saying there, but
the ethos behind it is good.
Yeah, the ethos behind it is good. But Andre Gray has changed his style of play this season.
He was brilliant.
You know,
he's a totally different player. He really does.
Yesterday, this was one of my reasons why I was praising him so much during the game. And also, I saw Jacob at half time and we were having a chat about it. He has moulded his game now. He's not dropping off, waiting for the ball to bounce down to him. He's actually going to the centre back. You know what? I'm going to rough you up here. No, you're not. Yeah, I am. And he's barging him.
The physical thing is what we let him down for last year, and that's added to that now, isn't it?
Exactly. And I've got to be honest, one of the touches he had in the first half, last season he wouldn't have done that. He literally pulled it down out of the air and just slammed his foot.
It's brilliant, wasn't it?
I looked across, I could see it diagonal. I was like, well done, sir. That is, that's the sign of confidence. You know, that he's enjoying himself.
Well, there was one offside, wasn't it, when they were saying he just that little yard off, he would have been clean through.
I was going to say there were about 3 or 4 times he looked over at the line and say, no.
But isn't it great? As frustrating as it sounds, and he did it at Burnley, you always catch offside. Isn't it great to see him? We said this start of last season that he's there to be offside.
Yeah.
Rather than not being there for that pass. He's there to try and get into that channel.
Yeah,
you look at it both ways. You know, it's frustrating. He's offside.
Both sides of the coin. You know, that is what he is there for. But yesterday I just thought, with that physical presence he's now sort of adopting. Okay, yes, he's shorter than Dean. He's shorter than Success. Everyone knows that. But
he's working on his strong points, though.
Yeah, he's working on his strong points. I think if he was to play against Arsenal next Saturday, I would expect him to go and rough one of their centre backs up. And I don't think they'd like it. They'd look at him and go, we played against him last season, we know what he's going to do.
Well, look at Deany's goal at Arsenal 2 seasons ago. They got behind the defence and they didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then Gray's perfect for that.
Yeah.
Successful bullying. Gray, to be fair, like you said, he's added that little bit of physicality to his game, but he'll be waiting for that little. If they can play the right ball at the right time, and he's clever enough to stay on side until the last second, he could have a lot of success out of that.
Exactly, and I think also with yesterday when when Isaac's success come on, I had to laugh when a Fulham player tried to barge him over and he bounced off him and fell on the ground. Looked round at the ref. Is that a free kick? No, get up.
Well, last season that never would have happened because he would have been barged off the ball easily.
Exactly. So a few things have changed. Things have changed there. You know, you can definitely tell. So,
for me, Gray was probably my man of the match yesterday. Deany them two were superb. Gray really had an exceptional game, especially first time. Reading play, even with that header where he read the bloke was going to hit it back and he smashed it. Fair play to the keeper, he saved it, but he's read that in confidence.
I sort of agree what Mick means, but to be honest though, Mick, I mean, Success will do more of the bullying, but Gray has added that physicality to his game. Yeah. You can see because they're not barging into him as much now.
No.
Before I think it's different when you've got an extra player that take a little bit more pressure. So he feels less pressure to hold up the ball as much when he was playing one up front with Silva. But he's not going to be bullied. He's not going to be intimidated. Last season it would have gone down a couple of times because Chambers would have hit him a few times. Mawson would have got him. Now this totally different.
But I think like with your call for man of the match it is a good call. I put Capu there as well for man of the match.
Yeah, because Capu was have a good game.
Not only was he in the middle of the park, was he awesome and phenomenal. His last ditch defending as well yesterday. You could see him in the second half. Like, all the players are like, "What do I do? What do I do?" Bang! He comes steaming through.
My two picks. Sorry, mate. My two picks are Gray. Purely because and his work rate was phenomenal, and Foster for some of the saves, especially that one against the bar.
I didn't realise till I saw the
replay. What a save that was!
I agree.
I know he had his traits like you've been pointing out, which is quite right. But I'd settle on Gray as the man of the match, but Foster was a very close second for me because I thought he played really well.
To be fair, Foster, despite my criticism with crosses,
which was right,
but he has, like, in terms of coming out for one-on-ones when they've been attacking, he has done very well on that side of his game.
Imposing, it's a bit like the Seaman thing, very imposing.
He does impose himself well when he comes out for one-on-ones when they're attacking and it's coming straight down the centre. And like you say, he has made some good saves in the last couple of games as well, to be fair to him. Just sorting out the crossing side.
Just get that right.
I don't know what game Woody was watching. He's saying Capu was not in the game yesterday. He was. He was all over
someone
the place.
else's opinion, mate.
He was all over the place yesterday.
The only time I think, like I say, we always say TMA, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Which is the only thing I disagree, but I will say that's your opinion. I won't say who it is. I don't agree with it. It was embarrassing.
Oh yeah, someone put
that. But the fair play to them. It's your opinion, and we will think it's their opinion, mate. But I don't. It means I don't agree with it. I'm not saying that you're absurd. You think because you're not. I just don't agree with the fact that it wasn't embarrassing. I thought, like we said, first half was brilliant. Second half was lacklustre, shall we say, to be kind. Lacklustre, and Fulham done well with their tactical change and deserved the point.
The only thing you could call embarrassing yesterday was Bournemouth getting smashed 4-0 by Burnley. That was embarrassing.
Well, let's be honest, Burnley are a good team. I know what you mean. Yeah, you're right.
One game early.
And guess who got their opening goal yesterday?
Vidra. Don't surprise me.
Just to annoy the Bournemouth fans, Matty Vidra pops up and scores. Does make me laugh. I don't know if the Bournemouth fans were actually realised. But I'm sure he might have given them a bit of
Mick
stick.
thought he was quiet. Mate, look, that's your opinion, mate. Fair play to you, mate. Keep it coming, Mick. No, you're absolutely entitled to it, mate. Regardless if we agree with it or not, mate, fair play to you, your opinion. Plus having, Sorensen plus having an unchanged team has benefited us. Definitely right, mate. Kenneth said, JG will not change, Gracia will not change side if Dean is fit. Gray is very capable this season of getting behind an unsure Arsenal defence. I'll let you read the second bit. I do apologise, mate.
The side will have to change in any case soon when suspensions ×2 kick in. Capu on Saturday was, I think, his best game for us.
There you go.
I was going to say, i.e. suspensions, I'm guessing Holebas is only one booking away from a suspension.
That's the thing with Holebas. He's been great this season, but he took cross after cross. He'd done 3 in a row. Why didn't someone else take a cross? Well, it was one of them days it just weren't happening for him with the crossing. Someone else.
I was dismayed at Atkinson for booking Holebas yesterday because he clearly won the ball. He got the ball fair and square, and even Holebas looked round and went, "Well, what have I got to do to win the ball then?" And he just went yellow card. He was like, "No."
Yeah.
He hadn't. I think that was his first offence as well. And he booked him for it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Atkinson, but yet again, you got that one wrong. You definitely got that one wrong, and he didn't deserve to be booked. So, but yeah, you're right with regards to his crossing yesterday.
One of them days,
it was an off day for him. But I thought the last one he did in the first half, when Pereira was standing there with him, I actually wanted Pereira to whip it in.
Yeah.
Because I think that would have made Fulham think twice. They sort of would have had to have thought, hang on a minute. If he whips it in, we've got to go across.
Yeah.
Whereas with Holebas swinging it out, it's going, all right, okay, we can literally just shuffle a bit. But when you got the in swing, I personally would have would have said, Pereira, you take this one.
Yeah, because they were off. Last few games been awesome crosses. Just one of them days weren't happening. Hughes or Pereira come and take over.
What did you see figures that you could sort of say, well, on another day that could have changed? Fulham game.
I think the chance in the first half, if you take on another day, you put some of those chances away before half time. It's a different game.
Oh yeah.
We got even if you take your foot off the gas in the second half, if you're 2-3-0 up, there's less of a risk of conceding that goal than
I was going to say, I also believe yesterday Watford did their homework because they kept Schürrle quiet for a heck of a long time. And I said on last week's show that was one of the danger men. Tom Kearney was injured, they missed him massively.
I'm glad he was injured.
I'm glad as well, because I think we probably...
He's class.
Yeah, that's why I was glad.
But Schürrle at times looked like he was getting in, all of a sudden challenges were coming in on him. And he didn't like it, and there was stuff going wrong, he was starting to get frustrated and wound up. So I think the boys did their own work on him yesterday.
That's what I would have said. Capoue would have done a job on Kearney and just said, just get on him and frustrate him.
Yeah, Ken's just confirmed that Holibas and Capoue have picked up 4 yellows each.
It's one more than
could be
5, and then it one
5,
match,
and then it's a 1-game ban.
But we got such a strong team.
Exactly.
Now to come in, 2 good replacements.
That could be.
That's right. Yeah,
that could be Capoue's downfall now.
Yeah.
Because if he gets booked,
and Shalaba's fully fit,
they're going to have to play Chalobah, and that could be curtains.
That could be the same for Holbass with his what's his name?
Yeah. Messina.
He could come in and have a...
Yeah.
That's how strong our team is, mate.
Right, it's 10 to 9. It can only mean one thing. It means the non-league review.
The non-league. Coming up, the non-league. Here we are, your non-league paper. Don't forget, guys, go and get this. It's actually up the right way for once. Non-league paper out every Sunday. £1.50 for near enough every newsagent, every supermarket, and even petrol stations.
It's photobombing as we speak.
So I have actually got quite a bit of non-league news, and unfortunately I'm going to have to start over at Hemel. Because on Tuesday, the announcement came that Dean Brennan and his assistant Stuart had resigned from the club and have since moved on to Billericay Town to take over the management role. In a statement, Hemel Town thanked Dean and Stuart for their 6 years of hard work, taking the club further on, getting them promoted, and turning the team around. So, we thank them for their efforts and wish them well down at Billericay. Hopefully, it goes well for them. I was very shocked on Tuesday when I heard that.
Dan Wolsey managing now.
Yes, and
it's acting manager.
Temporary charge now are former Hornets Darren Ward and Jordan Parks. But I have been told from a source that
KP.
Yep, that Jordan Parks has said he does not want to be considered for the management vacancy. He just wants to stay as captain and stay playing his football.
I think in the future probably will, but not yet. Obviously, not yet.
Not yet. I think someone like Wardy, but
I think perfect for Wardy, to be fair. I mean, Dean Brennan had done a sensational job. I remember when he was how long ago when I was watching him, when he was playing, when he first signed under Bateman.
Yeah.
He was one of Bateman's glorious signings. And what a player he was, Brennan.
And Brennan took the reins at the age of, I think, 31, 32.
32, I think, because Stuart Maynard's with him.
Yeah.
Wasn't with him. They've gone, was it Billericay?
Yeah, they've gone to Billericay. Yeah, 3-year deal for both of them. And we do wish them well.
I think it's more security with them, to be fair, because I don't think they were going to stay long at Emil after this. I think they may have been sacked.
I think there was a possibility that things were starting to go wrong, and I think their time was coming.
He took it as far as they could, basically, which is probably natural for both parties. It's worked out good, and like I say, I wish Wardy all the best. I think it'd be brilliant.
Yeah, exactly.
He did really well.
But anyway, there they go. That was the big news from the non-league. Just a quick one for Bournemouth. Played a game in midweek away at Sutton United, won 4-0. But yes, they didn't do so well. Got beaten 3-1 up at Salford City. But here we go. FA Cup second qualifying round was happening yesterday. So this is 2 rounds before the first round proper. Yeah. So Wealdstone. I'm going to give a mention to Wealdstone because they are technically local.
they got a 2-0 win at home to Great Wakering Rovers. Now I've said that, yes, I have said. I even had to look at the paper to make sure I wrote it down properly. Also, yesterday Kettering Town picked up a 2-1 win as well, so they're through to the third qualifying round along with Wealdstone, and also Hemel played a team called Bowens and Pitsea, which is just down from Basildon near Southend.
The Glamour
the round, and they ran out 6-1 winners. So Hemel go into the third qualifying round. Also, a big shout out to Kings Langley. They have got a replay against a non-league team called Lewes. Lewis, yeah.
Lewis, I know, it's near Brighton. Oh, we went down there with Hemel reserves, drumming everything. Me and Benji and Walker.
Exactly.
The mighty Lewis.
Yeah, they've earned themselves a replay after a 1-1 draw at home yesterday.
Alan said result. I don't know. He just said result. Yeah, so I just loved it as well. Just put result. Yeah.
Third qualifying round draw is coming up. So hopefully, the likes of Hemel, Wealdstone. Hemel and Wealdstone can avoid each other and get a tie and hopefully get to the first round proper, because that would be brilliant
for the town, especially
for them again. Well, that'd be twice in about 4 years. I think they would have done that.
Definitely 3 or 4 years, definitely, yeah.
And also coming up next week, guys. If you can't go, if you haven't got a ticket for Arsenal because it did sell out, check your non-league paper. Check the local paper. Even check the non-league paper. Where did I just put it? Where'd it go? Oh, it's there. Right.
Fatality.
Yes, fatality indeed. Right. This has all the fixtures in for non-league football. This goes up. This is for next week as well. Go and grab it. Like I say, £1.50. It's got all the fixtures in, and it will tell you where your local team are playing, if they're at home or away. Next week, I can confirm Hemel are at home to Oxford City with a 3 o'clock kickoff. Chelmsford are hosting St Albans at Chelmsford. So if you want to go down Chelmsford for the day, go down there.
That's it as well.
Bournemouth are at home to Harrogate Town. So if you're in the Bournemouth area, want to go and see a game, get down there. They're kicking off at 3 o'clock. And Wealdstone are down at East Thurrock. So if you want to go for a drive down at East Thurrock, go down there.
Sir Alan has popped up with his usual antidote of the game of the round, his pick.
Yes. Oh yeah, blimey, yeah, Boston United. Blimey, Boston United out. Jesus, I didn't actually pick that one up.
Jesus Christ, what's going on? Jesus Christ, beggars.
No, that's a fantastic result for Peterborough Sports. Beating Boston United. That's a brilliant result. But yeah, like I say, guys, I cannot emphasise non-league enough. Remember, even if you only go, say, 3 times a season, that 3 times a season helps the club stay in business. You're paying on the gate, that is gate receipt money for them. That's an extra, that could be the difference between a team staying in business and a team going out of business.
Yeah.
Grassroots football is absolutely essential for us, and I cannot emphasise it enough. So like I say, if you are about next week, Hemel are at home, Bournemouth are at home, if you can, or even if you don't live near here, just check for your local non-league team. If they're at home, pop down and see them, cheer them on. It's a game of football at the end of the day, and you're helping the club every time you go through that turnstile. And if you're lucky enough, you can go and buy a pint and stand there and drink the pint whilst watching the game. Not like at Watford, you're not allowed to do that. Bloody rules. But yeah, honestly, and like I say, the big news from non-league was Dean Brennan leaving Hemel Town, which was a shocker. There hasn't actually been any announcement who could be in the running to take over. I think they're just trying to let things calm down before they sort that out. But yeah, it's that was a real shocker when I heard that. But
yeah,
it was sort of
probably needed.
It was brewing.
So yeah, it's probably needed. It's shock, but it was needed, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Right, and is that it, mate? Or
yeah, because I couldn't really find any other results. But yeah, like I say, Kings Langley was result of the was apart from Alan's one, I'd say the Kings Langley one was a result for them because.
Result.
They are struggling because Kings Langley are struggling in their division. They are. I think they're 4th and bottom. Not looking good for them.
Right.
So to get that replay in the cup, I'd say that is magnificent. And Alan
a lot of people have been saying that Brennan going there is bonkers, because it's been I think it's actually been said. I think it's in the paper that Dean Brennan's going to be the manager, and the chairman, who's been in temporary charge since sacking the other manager, is going to be an assistant along with Stuart Maynard. So it's a manager and 2 assistants, stroke chairman, in the dugout every week. How the hell is that going to work?
I don't know.
So I'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. But yeah, Alan, I think you're right. He is a bit nuts, but I think the relationship was starting to strain up at Hemel, and there was time for a change. But just also, Paul Kiff's just commented. The same thing. Just going to touch back on the ladies. When you go and watch the ladies, the money on the gate goes back into the ladies team as well and the girls academy. So we're helping bringing through future ladies stars of Watford. And also take your kids down there. If you've got daughters and everything who sort of interested in football, perfect opportunity for them to watch the ladies play and see what they're all about.
If you've got kids, bring them.
Yeah.
Really, really up to you.
We'll
pay for beggars to go down there. Fun for the whole family. But honestly, guys, it's money in the coffers for them, so it helps them out. So you're paying for their future. So get down and see them if you can't get to one of the games, or even if you go to the Watford games anyway. Just get down there, guys. Honestly, help them out. Right, okay. That's all we've got for tonight. Big thank you to the Move Deano, Mr. Begley. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, yeah. The gangster is young man Dino. Kids for a quid, yes, exactly, Mr. Giff. Right, guys, just remember, get on to YouTube for all the reruns of the podcast. Go to TaylorMade Army on YouTube, like, share and subscribe, guys. So get on there. Shall we say, tomorrow night should have this rerun of this one with all the cock-ups ironed out, so you won't even see that we've been 40 different takes to get you on there. Yeah, so... Hey, Samsung tablet. Woo,
Samsung tablet.
Apparently you're not happy.
Yeah, you told me about it.
I told beggars that heard about this as well. He's not happy, is he?
I wasn't happy at all yesterday. I'm even more unhappier today.
Why's that?
Why?
Because you lot ain't been doing what I've asked you to blinking well do. Now I'm avoiding using swear words here for the sake of there could be kids watching. Sorry, we have kids present.
Yes.
Looks happy. Woody, do you think I'm in the mood for that type of comment? No, I'm not! Yet again, people! I've told you how many people I want to get this up to, and you're not simply doing the job enough. So please, go and tell all your friends, all your Watford friends, about what this thing is. Because yet again, this week, we've loved doing it, despite the 40 takes, and my phone constantly telling me there's a notification. Just another tweet, probably. Guys, please keep telling your friends and family, wherever they are in the world as well. If you've got Watford friends who are living overseas, tell them about this. Let them know, because we'd love to hear from people who are from overseas. It's good to see that they're still supporting the boys. Even from where they are, they're thousands of miles away. Even if they're in the armed forces as well. A bit like beggars here. I can't believe you just did that. But yeah, guys, honestly, we love doing it. We want all you guys to keep telling, just keep telling all your family, friends, everyone you see, everyone you know who's a Watford fan. And when they do join, and when they do ask to join the page, there's 3 simple Watford questions. If they know the answers, they're in. If they're not, answer the questions when you go to join. They're as easy as anything to answer. I don't think I can put it better than that.
Mick's already told him in Hawaii, so the message
He's told him
we're international in Hawaii. Holla, holla.
Told him in Hawaii, yeah, but aren't they? They're in hurricane season, so they're probably more concerned about batting down the hatches.
At least they get wind of it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. On that note.
Off the runway, mate. It's taken on. Right.
It's bedtime.
It's been right.
We've just been smashed out of the ground with that one.
On that note, it's good night from him.
It's good night from him.
Right, see you later, guys.
I've got to get
Safe journey to
Now 10 takes to tell you. Look.